It's Peaches here, and this is Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. A lot of puh sounds with that title. A replay of today's full show, which you can hear weekday afternoons live on K-Bear 101. I hope you like what I have to say, and if not, well, then I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy. Well, here we are, July 2nd, 2024. Unfortunately, last night, it absolutely sucked. I don't want to be negative, but my parents' dog, Daffney, she was getting up there in age, but only 13 years old. That's not necessarily old, at least in my book. But unfortunately, I have to say she recently had a skin infection, and then shortly after that, she stopped eating entirely. Next thing I know, I'm getting a text message around 9 p.m. last night. Then unfortunately, Daffney is going to have to cross the Rainbow Bridge, as they say. She was a very unique dog, and I say unique because she was considered what we called a vampoodle. She was a poodle mix, part vampire, part poodle, part chihuahua, for the most part, I would say. She was very rabid. She would bite, protect us in the family. If anyone were to come up to the front door, she would be the first one to let us all know. I have mentioned it on the show a bunch that my dad would have to text the person showing up to our house to say, hey, just let me know when you're here, so I can sneak out the side door, meet you outside, instead of having the dog go crazy if you ring the doorbell. Even if you open up the front doorbell, she'll consistently bark. If the person was walking around the house, they would bark. As soon as they sat down, she was fine. But as soon as they stood up, she would continue to bark, bark, and bark. We had her since she was 9 months old. And it's hard to believe that was that long ago. And I remember her being extra jumpy, going to the bathroom in the house, tearing up the carpet, of course, barking a whole bunch. Pets going away are always, extremely tough just because you wish they could be around longer. I mean, 13 is incredibly young, but luckily during her entire life, she was fed, loved, appreciated by the family. She had a better life than most dogs out there in the streets. I spent most of last night just walking around the neighborhood, stupidly listening to sad music. My dad was surprisingly the most affected. I'm expecting my mom now to be an emotional wreck for weeks because she takes this stuff extra hard. It's like losing a kid to her. I just want to keep it personable on the air. I don't want to be too much of a downer to kick off the show here. That was just something that caught me way off guard last night. My dad even said on the phone with me this morning that just last week she was being, Daffney, and boom, just something happened to her where she became very brittle. She wasn't eating at all. My parents offered her cookies, all her favorite things. Nope. Did not do it. Did not eat anything. And I make sure every time I go back home to California, visit the family and the pets, I make sure to say bye to the pets every time because something like this could happen, making me wish I spent more time with her, not realizing it would be, the last time, Anyway, cherish your pets. Make sure to give them plenty of hugs and treats and all that fun stuff. And let's get this show rolling here. 208-535-1015 is the number to get a hold of me. And Peach's Pit Party will continue here in just a few. While we're in the middle of the summer, close to the 4th of July holiday, I don't know if we consider it a 4th of July weekend because it's on a Thursday. Maybe people celebrate 4 days. I know I'll be hearing fireworks till the end of the month, right? There hasn't been a big surge in the number of Americans buying grills. During the pandemic, sales of grills spiked. Everyone was stuck at home. And now these days, those grills are still working fine. I mean, it's only 4 years later. The price of meat has also increased rapidly. So people are sitting tight using their old grills. I don't think many people are using the old-fashioned grills nowadays. It's more so the smokers now. Yeah, a nice smoker cooks your meat a whole lot better, in my opinion. I've eaten a lot of meat from those smokers. It's delicious. And I don't know if it's easier to cook on a smoker. Probably not. I've only been to a couple places where they have cooked meat at least, in a smoker. I haven't necessarily used one myself. I would love to get one, but too much money for me. If you're one of the nearly 118 million Americans planning to catch a flight this summer, you may be, of course, looking to save money by packing light, not checking your luggage. Checking your luggage is a huge pain. Fitting everything you need into a carry-on bag is a great idea, but only if you do it the right way. If it's too heavy, it could cost you money. It is very weird when you go up to the gate to go onto the plane, and there are some people who get stopped and say, hey, that item's too big to be a over-the-head bin. Or is it a carry-on? Yeah, the carry-on. To go inside the over-the-head bin. that needs to be checked into the plane, and so they have to be set aside and pay extra money in this whole ordeal. You want to avoid that entirely. The only ever time that I go on trips is when I go back home. So luckily enough, I have people that I can potentially buy clothes and then ship them over to my parents' house. And they'll have it in my closet waiting for me when I get there. So I don't really need to pack anything. I can just bring a small little personal bag with my Polaroid camera that I like to bring, my phone, my wallet, of course, keys, charger, all the essentials. But then that's about it. I can buy the cheapest pair of shorts, the cheapest pairs of shorts at Walmart, get a whole bunch of those plain colored T-shirts, different colors, of course, and different, just different outfits throughout the week, and boom. Simple as that. Make traveling a whole lot easier that way. But, I mean, I get it if you don't have people there on the other side. You're going on a vacation, an extravagant vacation. I haven't gone on one of those in forever. I've been wanting to for the longest time. I've been wanting to go to a place like Florida, even international like Germany, Switzerland. Those days will come. Hopefully. Hopefully. You know that Pooseum, the Poop Museum? I talked about it on the show weeks ago. Victor's mentioned it a couple times on the air. It has opened up in Williams, Arizona. The Pooseum features waste from over 7,000 animals, including the T-Rex samples. The Pooseum president, George Franson, purchased his first fossilized poo when he was 18. Yeah, it was this guy. The guy that collect old poo. It was funny. It was gross, he said, but I learned very quickly it could tell us so much about our prehistoric past and how important they are to the fossil record. No need to worry about the smells or germs. All specimens are rock hard, is what he said. I would love to interview that guy and ask him, what did your parents think when you started bringing in samples of all these different animals? Did you have the hopes of one day opening up the very first Pooseum? Did your parents call you crazy? I mean, this is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Groundbreaking idea? No pun intended. And I'm sure he'll make a lot of money just because people can say, hey, I visited the Pooseum. This right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. Well, last night further proved my point about these NBA players making ridiculous amounts of money to the point where it's laughable. Jason Tatum, the small forward for the Boston Celtics, just agreed to a 5-year, $315 million contract extension with the Boston Celtics. Isn't that crazy? Absolutely insane. What are you going to do with that much money, man? What's your signing bonus? How much do you get per pay period? Do you get all of your pay all at once for the first year, and then the second year comes around, you get all that pay the second time? I would love to know the pay cycle for being an NBA player. Speaking of NBA players, Steph Curry, he's using his celebrity and passion for golf to raise money for charity, not like he already makes enough himself, too. Curry teamed up with Golf Pride for his own line of grip kits for golf clubs. The kits cost $250, and proceeds will go to Underrated Golf, the organization Curry founded to promote equity and access to the sport. Only 8,200 of the kits have been manufactured. I would love to argue with Steph about how golf is just more so an expensive hobby and not necessarily a sport. And last but not least here, Jonathan Owens. He plays safety for the Chicago Bears. He also happens to be married to gymnast Simone Biles. The Bears gave Owens some time off from training camp so he can see Biles compete at the Olympics in Paris. Owens and Biles hadn't met when she competed in her first Olympics in 2016, and her second Olympics events were closed to spectators because of the pandemic, so this will be the first time Owens will get to see his wife compete on her sport's biggest stage. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. You know how there's those so-called experts? You know, boomers fall for AI photos on social media thinking they're real. Gen Zers fall for these so-called experts on TikTok giving life advice and take it, 100% as the truth. People on social media are suggesting that pouring cheap beer on your skin will help you get a tan faster. So believe it or not, things on social media are often untrue. Doctors, after seeing these suggestions on social media, have stepped forward with a warning. Pouring beer on your skin and then baking yourself under the sun is completely unsafe. Reckless even. It will make you smell like cheap beer and sweat, and it's not great for your skin either. If you want a summer glow, those doctors recommend using a bronzer, sunless tanner, or hey, maybe put on sunscreen if you need it and go lay out outside. Do something like that. You know, I have the worst tan imaginable. Never once in my life have I thought, if I were to watch a video like this on social media and go, wow, I really should put some sort of cheap beer all over me, take a beer bath, and then walk outside, lay out on my patio. My neighbors, of course, would complain about the smell. They would also complain about the sight of fat old me, you know, being an eyesore to the public. The Hawk Tuah meme has been around now for about a couple weeks. I'm getting real sick and tired of it. And now this girl has a whole lot of fame because of not even 2 words, just, well, Hawk is a word, but not in that sense. And Tua, unless you're talking about the Miami Dolphins quarterback, that is not really considered a word. But, you know, she had that one viral video, and magically, all of a sudden, she's appearing on podcasts. She's appearing on stage with country star Zach Bryan. For some reason, she's taking photos partying with Shaq. And then now I see here from TMZ, Haley Welch, who is best known for being the viral Hawk Tuah girl, has official representation. Makes me wonder, was she a Hollywood implant? Like Alex from Target, remember that was a huge thing? And he appeared on Ellen's show, Ellen DeGeneres' talk show. It's like, what is this girl going to do? Now all of a sudden start acting too? She already made a whole bunch of money selling hats with that phrase on them, which I'm sure if you go to Nashville, they'll be all over that main street, whatever that main street's called. You'll see every girl wearing, you know, fake cowboy boots, that hat, and like, I love Tennessee. It's just that type of thing. I'm a tourist in Tennessee and I'm very obvious about it starter pack, the boots, the Hawk Tuah hat, and whatever t-shirt they're wearing. This further proves that money can buy happiness. A Tennessee father purchased a $20 lottery ticket from a gas station in Kentucky on June 8th, made a promise, if I hit this $1 million, I ain't ever eating bologna again, is what he said before scratching the ticket. To his shock, he did win the $1 million. He chose to take his winnings in a lump sum of $700,000. And aside from never eating bologna again, what are his plans for his winnings? Well, he said the houses are paid off. Wait, was this guy already rich? He has more than one house? We should omit rich people from entering the lottery or buying lottery tickets. They don't need more money. Houses are paid off. Cars are paid off, is what he said. We will be bill-free probably next week. Oh, good for you. K-Bear 101. I brought in the one, the only Victor Wilt, working this late on a weekday.
The one and only.
On my lunch break today, I was getting my order taken in the drive-thru, right? Lady cuts me off through the speaker, and I almost yelled. I almost yelled that. It would have been hilarious just for her to be like, what? It would have been even better if she was a K-Bear listener and somehow, some way was all like, oh, Peaches is here. There's something like that. But I was scrolling East Idaho news articles, and I was going, maybe, we should come up with a new game called 0 to Negative.
Okay, we were trying to come up with a phrase for this earlier.
Yes.
0 to Negative.
I thought about this on my lunch break, too. I was like, what game can we make out of negative Facebook comments?
All right.
And 0 to Negative. How many comments do you think for this article from East Idaho News about over 23,000 square feet of inflatable fun is bouncing back to Eastern Idaho?
Sound like a bunch of crap to me. What fun for children?
They're booking this in Idaho Falls. No shows at the Portneuf and Pocatello.
Oh, let's see. How many posts till we got? Now, are you sorting them in chronological order?
I'll do that right now.
All right.
All comments. And now they're backwards.
Okay, we'll go to the bottom then. So that way we get the very first one.
Wait, how do you do chronological order? Oh, newest. Here we go.
Yeah, newest. So then go all the way to the bottom. And that way we can tell exactly how many comments till somebody chimed in negative. And one thing I've noticed about negative people, they're usually one of the first to chime in.
Usually.
It
just depends on the topic. But
how many comments does the article have?
It has 47.
Okay.
And I don't necessarily count most of these as comments because they're
just tagging
other people when you can just send that through Messenger and not fill up their comments with random strangers' names.
So we won't count tags. We'll count actual comments.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to go 2.
2. Okay. Unfortunately, it's not 2. It's more than that. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
6. It was off. 6. And what was the negative comment about fun for children?
Well, I think...
is it, how much is this going to cost? It's probably completely out of our budget. It's a bunch of crap.
I think, first of all, I think East Idaho News is deleting negative comments.
Oh, East Idaho News, leave those.
I feel like they are, and I'm hoping they hear this and go, okay, K-Bear needs a new game. Let's just leave all the comments uncensored completely. I can't tell if this guy is joking or not.
Okay.
Kids are soft these days. When I was young, we had one shiny metal slide that reached third-degree burn temperatures in the summer sun. A tetherball, how to even play that, monkey bars that would blister hands in one crossing, and a swing set where we'd launch ourselves 6 feet with ankle-crushing landings on solid asphalt, and we liked it. Oh, I mean butt fault, my bad.
Now, okay, that is how it was when I was a kid. And it was not great.
I was around when we transitioned from wooden playgrounds to the plastic ones.
Yeah, see, we didn't have plastic ones when I was a kid. We had the wood with those metal slides he's talking about.
With the splinters that go on your butt.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me.
Oh, the monkey bars, yeah, that would blister your hands up. It was awful.
I was always too tall for the monkey bars.
Oh, yeah, those didn't work for Peaches. So I think he's probably, it is tough to say if he's serious. I'm going to count it as a negative comment because it looked fun. I looked at the picture of that thing. It was a gigantic bouncy toy, like huge.
Yeah, no,
like
it looks
football.
awesome. We got to do a remote from there or something. We got to like go there and jump around with microphones.
Like that just goes to show that people will complain about anything. Here's a giant play space for children. Meh, meh.
That thing's expensive. I'll be taking my kids to a random playground.
That's right. My kids can go roll around in the dirt and dig a hole out back like we used to when I was little.
We'll fill up the kiddie pools, the same thing.
That's right. You get one of those hard plastic ones. They're about 6 feet across, 1 foot deep, hard plastic.
Do you want to do another one of these challenges here of 0 to negative?
Yeah, let's do another one.
This one was posted 25 minutes ago, this article.
Oh, that's new.
From East Idaho News. There was a good reason you need a primary care physician right here on the bottom of the screen. The headline says, why having a primary care physician is so important. How many comments, Victor?
All right, this one seems like it'd be lighter on tags.
Yeah, people are not going to be tagging their random friends to get a good physician, I don't think.
All right, how many comments before somebody got negative about why you need a negative?
This is almost a trick question for you.
Was it the very first comment?
There's only one comment on the page.
Right,
and it says, eat real food and you won't need doctors.
Oh, jeez. You do need a doctor, people. Seriously. Don't not go to the doctor. God.
I'm trying to see if there's any other articles.
Of course, it would be the very first and only comment.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Highway 20 exit in Rexburg to reopen Wednesday.
First comment.
Here's what will be different about it and what exits close next. Or what
First comment's negative.
Okay, I need to filter these to newest. Hold on. Comment section be like, we fear change. Look at the picture they put.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I figured it was mostly negative. So that's why I guess the first comment would be somebody complaining.
The drivers here in eastern Idaho cannot figure out on and off ramps, let alone how to drive through a roundabout. How the heck do you think we'll be able to maneuver through this traffic chaos?
Oh, this is too funny.
It works fine in Pocatello, Chubbuck. Just use that thing on top of your shoulders and you too can do it. Well, that's a new game we could do, 0 to negative.
I like it. It's fun. It's fun.
We mentioned plenty of times about how boomers are falling for AI photos on Facebook. Literal, like, cartoony photos of fake soldiers missing a leg, saying, can you spare a like? And all these older people in the comment section are saying, oh, thank you so much for your service and all that stuff. I feel bad. And now I'm seeing this post here of a weight loss, like a weight loss spam post saying in just 27 days, I feel like a different person, which made my neighbors very jealous. They're all curious about my secret. And of course, talking about this whole, like, pill that you can take to lose weight. And there's 2 AI photos of what are supposed to be the same woman, but they don't look like the same woman. And it's supposed to look like she lost weight. One's a supermodel, and one's a normal-looking person. And they have a different face. And this is supposed to be like a legit post. I'm really hoping nobody's falling for this. Okay, thank goodness. There's no comments on this post. People are now using AI to make these terrible clickbait posts or these terrible spam posts. That's just downright awful. K-Barrow 101, you can hear the genius of the day every single weekday morning at 6:45 a.m. during the Victor Wilt Show. Or you can also check out the Victor Wilt Show podcast, where that segment will be included without the music, without the, radio aspect of things. The Victor Wilt Show and Peach's Pit Party, both on demand, by the way. A Chinese woman has been using a grenade as a hammer for the past 20 years. Miraculously, the ordnance has never exploded. She found the strange metal lump, is what she called it, 20 years ago on her farm and has used it as a tool ever since. She said, "I've been using it at home to pound red pepper, crack nuts, hammer in nails. Fortunately, a team of men who came to work in her house recognized the object as something potentially dangerous, alerted the authorities. Hey, that looks like a grenade that woman's using over there." Oh, it is a grenade. Police were able to safely dispose of the ordnance, and she might need to find a new kitchen, too. What do you mean you might need to find a new kitchen, too? It didn't explode. What kind of stupid joke is that? From what, Oddity Central? Terrible writing. What do you mean? Luckily, it didn't explode. It would have been awful if it did, and she would have, suffered a severe injury. Oh, it's not even like a regular circular grenade either, like an old-fashioned grenade. This one's the one on the stick with the thing on the end. If you were very unfamiliar with weapons, I could see how this could fall under the, what looks to be a prehistoric hammer, so to speak. It's not like a pull the pin and chuck grenade. Like I said, genius of the day every single weekday morning, 6:45 a.m. during the Victor Wilt Show. Well, a South Korean robot has apparently ended its life by throwing itself down a flight of stairs. The robot actually served as an administrator, delivering documents, providing information, had been in service since August 2023. The Bear Robotics device even had its own civil servant card. Unfortunately, after circling in place for a while, the robot jumped down a flight of stairs. An investigation into the incident is ongoing. Officially, he was part of the mayor's office, one of us, and he worked very hard. One of the bot's co-workers in the Gumi City Council said the council is not currently planning on hiring another robot. We've gotten to that stage with technology that we're hiring robots, like legitimate robots now. Imagine being one of the co-workers of the robot, and you just see the guy jump down the flight of stairs. Or you're going up the stairs, there's a robot flying above you. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Barrow 101. I was actually shocked to still see one of these machines or alive in use at a Fred Meyer not too long ago, talking about one of those Redbox machines. The Redbox parent company has filed for bankruptcy. Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment filed for bankruptcy, reportedly hasn't paid its employees in over a week. The media company, which owns the movie rental corporation Redbox, owes $970 million to Universal Studios, Sony Pictures, Lionsgate, Warner Bros., Paramount, BBC Studios Americas, and other streaming companies and retailers. It's unclear how this filling will impact the 27,000 Redbox kiosks here in the U.S. Will they go for sale? I would love to see that. I'm sure it'll be a funny joke actually to put a for sale sign on the Redbox machine, any single one of them here in town, just to watch somebody look at that and be like, "Oh, sweet, I'll take this home." Or how much? I remember when Redbox used to rent out video games, but you could only have them for like a day. It wasn't really worth it. You would go home with the video game, play it for a little while, and then have to return it. Otherwise, you'll have to pay more in fees. What if you accidentally kept the disc? And by accidentally, I mean totally intentionally tried to keep the disc. Will Redbox send a letter in the mail knowing exactly? Oh, do they take your card beforehand? Is that how it works? I forgot, to be quite honest with you. The last time I rented something was years ago, and it was a video game that turned out to be a complete failure of a video game. So luckily enough, I only rented it through Redbox and didn't buy it for $60 and then get mad that I paid that much money for a horrendous game. Maybe for only those scenarios, Redbox was actually a decent thing. For movies, it made sense, but for video games, nah. I'm glad they stopped doing that. K-Bear 101, it is now that time for To Peach Their Own. Time for you to call in with your answer to my stupid question of the day. Today's question's a little bit different from usual. I have done Make Me Choose between two artists in the past. This one is Make Me Choose between two video games. And I had quite a lot of people giving me some good either-ors for this one. Red Dead Redemption 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, Super Mario's or Legend of Zelda, Cyberpunk or GTA. Call into the show right now. Let me know. Make me choose between two video games at 208-535-1015. K-Bear, are you here to make me choose between two video games?
Hey, what about, any of the Super Mario games and Spyro?
Ooh. Super Mario.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Spyro.
There's
Go for it.
there's more characters and there's more stuff to do with that one, but Spyro's just like nostalgic.
It is. Did you play the recent one that came out?
I haven't. No. Is there a new one?
There was one that came. I don't know if it was one of those remastered ones or if they came out with a new one as of late. But I did see something about it. Spyro latest game. Yeah, Spyro. No, that's the old one. Where is it at? Is it Reignited Trilogy that came out in 2018? Is it that one? I thought there was a more recent one than that.
Yeah. No, I haven't played that one. I didn't even know that there was a newer one.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Stuck with the classics.
Just like Hollywood, they're coming back with the classics. You know, the Crash Bandicoot game. There's a new one of those. New Spyro. They're just kind of remastering all the old games.
That's so cool. Well, awesome. Cool. Thanks, Peaches.
Hey, thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too. K-Bear, how's it going?
Hey, Peaches. It's going great. I'm calling in to give you two video game options.
All right, go for it.
So really in the entire series, but the entire Elder Scrolls series or the entire Fallout series?
I only ever really got the chance to play Skyrim. I have not wanted to go back and play Oblivion just because the graphics absolutely stink. And I just, for some reason, I just don't feel like playing that. But Skyrim was absolutely amazing. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4 were the ones that I played. This is tough. This is a very tough choice, but I might have to lean towards, only because I played them more, the Fallout series.
They are very, very fun, so I'll definitely give you that on that. That, and they haven't made the newest Elder Scrolls yet, so...
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that. I mean, that's going to be very exciting for me. I'm hoping that in the next couple of years we actually get some great games, because right now the games are sucking. I mean, I'm playing Fortnite, for crying out loud, just to pass the time.
What? Fortnite?
Yeah. I downloaded Overwatch 2 because my friends are all into that those types of games. And so I'm like, okay, let me just download this in order to have a game to play friends with. I recently picked up Grounded again. Have you played that game?
I have not personally played it, no.
It's, I forgot who the company is behind it. Back when I did a video games podcast, I interviewed the guy who created the game, and basically you're a kid who's shrunken down to a minuscule, tiny little speck in a backyard, and you have to find out that's the reason why you were shrunken down. You have to get yourself back to normal size. You battle bugs. You collect resources. It's a whole lot of fun.
That's super cool. I actually do think that I am remembering when that first came out. There was stuff on like YouTube and things like that about it.
Yeah, the spiders are absolutely... in the very beginning, they were terrifying because they had a dinosaur roar to them. I think they dialed it back, and they had this arachnophobia thing where you can turn that on if you're afraid of spiders, and then they sort of just get rid of the visual aspect of a spider in order to... They're thoughtful doing that, but I make sure to keep it on. And, the game so far has been fun again. Like, I'm getting back into finally playing games, because before I was just mindlessly playing NBA 2K or MLB The Show, and that was it. I'm trying to go back to just playing other games. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.